What is going on, guys? And well, as you guys know, a couple cars were added this recent Wednesday on the Crew 2, and well, one of them is the Bugatti EB110 Super Sport, which honestly, guys, one of my favorite cars ever. This thing just looks so freaking cool, and I'm so happy it's in the game, honestly. Let's go see if it can have any customization at all to it. So guys, jumping right into the customization here, honestly, here are the official colors you can do to it. Besides that, you can add any of the colors that are pretty much for every car there from Ubisoft. So here are the official colors you can add to the vehicle if you would like. Personally, I may end up leaving it blue just because I know this thing's well known in blue, and I think it looks amazing in that color. But here are the colors if you would like to check them out and put them on the vehicle there. You can also add liveries if you want to add someone's livery that they have made, or you want to make your own and put it on there, you're welcome to do so. I'll probably end up leaving that regular as well just because I just love the look of this car. Moving over to visual parts, there is some things we can do, so let's check this out here. So the hoods. So pretty interesting. I'm actually surprised. Like I said, the other Bugatti also had customization, which is kind of crazy. But I know most of them normally do as long as they're not in like the Motor Pass or a Summit. So I'm going to leave that stock as well because I like how that looks. Here are the front bumpers here, so you can change the lights to yellow there. Maybe this is the Crew 2 Los Santos update. Actually not a bad looking bumper there, but I don't really want to change the look of this thing too much, to be honest. I'm actually surprised there's 24 bumpers. Obviously some of them probably just changed by lights. Most likely. So it looks like that. It looks like a lot of them are just light changes. Oh, wow, that is a wide body kit on this. Interesting. I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if these new Bugattis actually show up in Summits, by the way, because that would actually kind of make sense. We have all, 11 Bugattis in the game right now total, and there could be another 3 or 4 added onto that. So the bumpers are pretty interesting right now. Like I said, I probably won't make it a wide body. Looks like kind of weird looking at it from the front like that. Honestly, the bumpers don't look too bad, but I'll probably just leave this thing stock just because I love the look of it. Moving over to the rims. So the rims don't look too bad. That is the other rim you can put on it. And then honestly, I'm not going to put any rims that they have. Personally, I'll probably leave the regular rims on here just because I like how those look. Even though these don't look too bad either. I know those are part of this car as well. I'll leave those on there though. Caliper colors, let's go, what are they currently? Let's make them yellow actually. Yeah, that looks cool. Moving over to the mirrors. You make them, looks like carbon fiber. I'll probably leave them stock too, to be honest. And then moving over to the rear fender here, this would be interesting. Probably make it wide body. Okay. I was honestly not expecting that. Can't really zoom it out anymore either, if you're wondering. There's the wide body we were all looking for. So that does match the front there too. And then you can make it with that. Honestly looks cool. Like I said, I'm not going to touch any of that though, just I really like how that looks. Moving over to the rear wing here. Which, honestly, this thing just looks so, it's so cool looking. So that actually changes the whole back there with that wing. So this one just goes carbon, it looks like. And then that one changes the whole back of the car there. And then that changes literally the whole back of the car as well. Looks awesome. Personally, I'll probably leave that stock as well. But love to see the customization on these cars that they are adding. It gives you a chance to do your own unique stuff to it. Here are the bumpers here now. So, obviously a mix of bumpers as well. Looks like the exhaust isn't changing too much there. It goes to change there. Looks like it changes just the back where the taillights are for the most part. Look at those fans. We got dual exhausts again. There's 12. I'm going to leave that stock as well, guys, to be honest. This car looks freaking awesome. Comes with the interior. I might do like a yellow lined here. Just hear me out. I think it might look pretty good. Yellow textured interior there with the freaking blue looks awesome. And then obviously for vanity items, whatever vanity items you guys own, you can throw on there. So tires, smoke, stuff like that. You can honestly throw any of them on there if you would like. Or you can leave them all off if you would also like to do that as well. So guys, I was going to have to take this car to the salt flats to test this thing out. And well, honestly, how does it look? It's honestly pretty freaking nice. I just love the look of this Bugatti. Honestly, here's the interior here if you'd like to take a look at that. So this is also the sound of the car here. You can tell the engine sounds different in this Bugatti because the EB11 actually has a 3.5 liter quad turbocharged V12 instead of the regular, 16-cylinder quad turbocharged engine there in their other Bugatti. So this one does have a different sounding engine, which is, well known. You can clearly hear that too, that they actually changed the engine. So let's go drive it here. So this does have a 6-speed manual as well. Interesting to see how this thing accelerates. So honestly, acceleration is pretty impressive already for what it is. Interesting to see how it does. Car's supposed to have 6 gears. It looks like it probably will. So I am doing 240 right now. It looks like it's getting up to speed pretty fast, not struggling. So 6 gears it is there. Kept that accurate. So this car looks like it's getting up to speed pretty fast as well. I wouldn't say it's going to be able to do like the 300 something miles an hour the other car might do. Or maybe I am completely wrong there. 305 miles an hour in the EB110, guys, kind of insane. Let's go test it on the road real fast, see if it does the same thing there, and then I think I'll take this car in Latrell's Part 2. But that's a pretty incredible speed for what it is, and these cars definitely will add some diversion to this class. If you guys were wondering why I always do a street test and a salt flats test on these, mainly because the cars seem to be faster on the street sometimes than the salt flats, and not only that, they also seem to be a little bit slower sometimes depending on where you are on the roads compared to the salt flats, so I like to do a test on both. Overall, guys, this car is definitely getting up to speed pretty fast here. We do know some of these hypercars are not that good when it comes to speed. Some of them just struggle. I noticed I talked about that in the other Bugatti videos. Some of them just struggle so hard that they're not even worth driving, honestly, at times. Most hypercars are supposed to do 270, but even with nitrous, I noticed they struggle really hard. So I'm currently doing 283 right now down the highway. This build on this car seems very, very good that I'm running on it right now. Let's see what this thing can do. So it looks like it can do the 290 with Nitro Chemist pretty easily. Let's see what it can do here. So 308 there, and I did run into that car, but 308 is, I mean, that's pretty impressive. Even if it does that, you can hear the rev limiter hitting there too. So I mean, if that is the top speed on this car, that is still pretty amazing there. 308, so it was a little fast in the salt flats. Depending on the road, you might be able to do 309, going down a hill, 310, 311, slipstream 312, something around that nature, guys. Let's go take this thing into Latrell's Part 2 and see how it does in a race. So we're now in the race here, and well, honestly, guys, just the sound of this engine of this car is just so nice. That 3.5 liter V12, sounds so good. So guys, how does this car drive overall from first impressions? Well, honestly, the handling is actually pretty nice in this car. It seems like it can take turns very, very nicely and doesn't like struggle or anything like that, which is a good thing because we know these Bugattis are very competitive with a lot of these races, and having a good car for these turns and all that, and you know, events and stuff like that will probably be a good thing because the summits are pretty intense. I know they've been changed and they're not as hard as they used to be, but it'll still be good to have a car that can pretty much do it all. And if you're looking for an overall hypercar, I feel like the other Bugatti might be a better option. The Centodoci, probably butchered that again, but I'm trying over here. And then this car, obviously the EB110, I think would be a very cool addition. I feel like this car can race pretty competitively in here. I'm going to have to take it in some hyper races and see how it does. But overall, guys, I mean, I'm pretty impressed by it. It's holding speed very, very well. It actually feels quite stable and doesn't like kind of want to lose itself like some cars do. That can be a little frustrating sometimes, like going over bumps and turns. Sometimes cars just don't feel good and they just honestly just lose themselves. This car doesn't really have that issue too much. It has good speed. The 6-speed transmission is a pretty cool thing too. If you're in manual, you don't have to shift it 47 times every 5 minutes. With those, 7, 8-speed transmissions, you're constantly shifting them if you are in manual. If not, well, then it's okay. So that straight away hitting 270 there is pretty decent. This is the one turn I really wanted to test this car on, though. As you see there, I slightly lost it there, but it did catch itself, which is pretty impressive. Obviously, going 200-something miles an hour, the car really shouldn't even be, gripping very much, but the fact that it can is pretty amazing. So some of these turns, it seems like it's not having any issues on. Brakes seem pretty decent. Went way too fast around that corner there. But if you guys are wondering, the other Bugatti is probably better. I would mention the name of that one, but I'd probably keep butchering it. But that one is probably better, I'd say, overall with speed and handling. But this car is definitely very, very quick for what it is, and I wouldn't lean it out too quick. I'd like to try it out a little bit, see how it does, see how the interior looks when driving, and might as well take a nice little flight to the moon real fast. So like I said, it does hold speed pretty well overall. It doesn't seem like it struggles too much, which is pretty good. Using Nitro Chemist here to get it up to 250. I'm going through a good amount of nitrous there to do that, which could be a bit of an issue depending on what you're doing and what you're racing. You do want to hold on to that nitrous. That's one of the reasons why I recommend the extra pump on there, guys, because it does help when you're not actually using your nitrous. It definitely goes up faster. I have noticed that, and I really do feel like this is one of the best, sets to have on the, your car now. Especially extra pump is just so useful. Never realized it before until now, but my goodness. So overall, guys, like I said, this car is actually pretty decent. I would definitely check it out. If you want to get the bundle, you might as well, because you get both vehicles. Nice. Alright, guys, besides that terrible driving right there, which was kind of unfortunate, I definitely recommend getting the bundle there, honestly, because this car is just, it is pretty dope, and you do get it with the other vehicle. Normally, the Bugattis are around $2 million, so if you can get them both for 2.5 to 3, you'll save yourself some money there to get something else if you'd like. So I recommend picking that up if you can. I'm sure it'd be around 3 million without the, season pass. But definitely check that out, guys. Anyway, here are my settings for my EB110, guys. Definitely check these cars out. I love seeing them at all the Bugattis. I would not doubt it if these cars show up in summits later on. And here are the settings I'm running on my Bugatti EB110 Super Sport.